What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games, and I'm so excited to share with you all today some brand new leaks and updates for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Paradox Pokemon. We got even more information, including some brand new type combinations for them, and the last Paradox Pokemon has officially been revealed by the leakers. And also, we have new information about new Pokemon, and even a brand new screenshot that is actually not blurry. That's crazy. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video as well. I really appreciate it. Starting off with some classic Riddler Coup tweets. He's tweeting out the boxes are the leaders. So to decipher this ones were actually rather easy. Essentially, he's saying Hydreigon and Miraidon are the leaders of something because they are the box legendary Pokemon. What are they leaders of, though? Well, we have to assume the Paradox Pokemon, because technically both of them are Paradox Pokemon. At the very least, they are technically, maybe not actually going to be classified in-game as one, but lore-wise, they probably are. So Hydreigon going to be the leader of the Scarlet Paradox, Miraidon going to be the leader of the Violet Paradox Pokemon, which makes a lot of sense to me. Definitely going to have a lot of story implications there as well. I'm assuming we're going to have to go through each Paradox Pokemon in the story as some sort of boss fight towards the end game. And then he also says that the cover feature also told us. So he's talking a lot about the covers. We got the box legendaries, but there were the symbols on the cover that we never actually figured out. We always thought originally that these had to do with the legendary Pokemons transforming into the different modes of transportation. However, it doesn't seem to be like that anymore. And I think this bottom left icon is probably like the Terraform crystal at this point. This top left probably has to do something with the paradox phenomenon that's happening. And I'm not sure what these other two are, but at the end of the day, this is apparently a massive story spoiler, but we just don't know what it actually means yet. Now for one of our big stories, Paradox Hydreigon has been confirmed by the leaker Kaka. Kaka says Hydreigon is coming, and we know that Paradox Hydreigon is a Pokemon Violet exclusive. Pokemon Violet now has two pseudo-legendary exclusives with Hydreigon now and Tyranitar. Scarlet only has one Paradox pseudo-legendary, which is Salamence. So I may be going with Pokemon Violet as my main game because two pseudo-legendaries to Shiny Hunt is pretty massive for me personally. We also learned that one Paradox Volcarona is going to switch its fire type, and the other Paradox Volcarona is going to switch its bug type. So there is a Volcarona for each game, and one is going to drop the fire type, one is going to drop the bug type. It seems like all Paradox Pokemon are at the very least dropping one of their types and then changing it to another. So I do wonder what Hydreigon's is going to be. I have a feeling Hydreigon is going to probably keep its dragon typing and lose the dark typing and maybe become a dragon steel. We'll see. But I'm super excited. We also learned that Paradox Delibird loses its flying type. So it's still going to be an ice type, but it's going to be an ice and something, not flying. Personally, the ice type was the bad type here, so I wonder what they can do to make Paradox Delibird good. I mean, stat-wise, they're all probably going to have around 600 to 550 stat total, so they're all going to be competitively viable from a stat perspective, and they're all going to have a very similar OP ability like Beast Boost for the Ultra Beast in Sun and Moon. But I'm very interested in seeing what this Paradox Delibird type is actually going to be. That's definitely one of the ones I really want to look at more. And that's not it. There is actually more Paradox typings that get confirmed here from Kaka. We actually learned that Paradox Hariyama is keeping its fighting type, and Paradox Mischievous is keeping its ghost type. But all Paradox Pokemon are dual types. So it's going to be ghost in something and fighting in something. And I think we know what Mischievous is actually going to be. I think Mischievous is going to be the ghost and fairy combo here, which is going to be our second ghost and fairy type, which is very exciting, an incredible type combination, because we got confirmation that there is a new ghost and fairy Pokemon coming, and honestly, it makes the most sense to have it on a Paradox Mischievous. Just from looking at the design of Mischievous, I can see it becoming a fairy type. And also for the Hydreigon information, the third pseudo Paradox Pokemon has many heads. This is why we're guessing it's Hydreigon. Hydreigon already has 3 heads. Make it more like a Pokemon that has like 10 heads, and that's what we're looking at for some of the Hydreigons. And we also learned that one of the Paradox Pokemon is going to be blindfolded, and I'm pretty sure that this is related to the Paradox Gallade that is supposed to be an Archer. It's supposedly a fusion of Gardevoir and Gallade combined, or potentially a new version of Kirlia. Now, looking at our list of Paradox Pokemon, we pretty much have the full thing confirmed here now. So we know that Delibird is losing that flying type, still gonna be an ice type. Jigglypuff is probably gonna lose that normal type and keep that fairy. I think it's gonna be fairy dark. Amoonguss gonna probably keep that grass type and probably lose that poison type and be like a grass ground. I'm gonna bet Gallade here is going to be a fighting and a psychic type to mishmash Gallade and Gardevoir's typing. The Volcaronos, one is losing a fire type, one is losing the bug typing, which is really cool. I do think the one in the future will be like Mothra, because what we have Mothra here. Tranitar is going to be like Mecha Godzilla, because they're going to predict it's going to lose the rock type and be a steel and dark type. And then this could be Zweilous or Hydreigon, because the issue is it could potentially be Zweilous just because it said a pseudo-legendary multiple heads. Zweilous does have 2 heads, and it is technically a pseudo-legendary because it's within the line, but this could be Ghidorah from Godzilla. So I'm thinking the Pokemon Violet will have the Godzilla Paradox versions, and those are technically urban legends, so I can actually see it all fit together. Very popular urban legends. So I really think Pokemon Violet is the way to go if you want to have some Godzilla-esque type Pokemon. Salamence, we know, is keeping that dragon typing and losing the flying. Donphans, we know they're going to probably keep the ground typing because Mr. Fish and Hariyama, both of them are monotype. They both kept their original type. So we have to assume both Donphans are keeping their ground type and gaining a second type. Mr. Fish, I'm going to believe it's going to be a Ghost Fairy. Hariyama, I'm still not sure what a future Hariyama could look like. Very interested in what this could actually be. And then leakers are convinced that the mag really does stand for Magneton or something in the Magneton line. So, you know, going with this, if Magneton had to lose a type, maybe it loses its steel typing and maybe it keeps that electric typing. That would be really interesting. Suicune, I'm pretty sure it's going to be water and ice. And Virizion, I have a feeling maybe it's going to be a grass and a psychic type, perhaps. You know, it like reaches enlightenment, loses that fighting part of it. So we'll just have to see. But this is what we know about the Paradox Pokemon. We also got some confirmation that Tentacool will be a dual type for the conversion species, and one of the types will be a grass type. So it's probably not going to be grass poison. I'm still going to bet grass fairy because, you know, fairy and poison are the opposites of each other. Now for some new Pokemon information, we learned that the Salt Rock Pokemon is a 3-stage Pokemon that looks like a Minecraft character. Didn't know about the Minecraft part, so that's pretty interesting. I wonder what that's actually going to look like in games. And there is a Sushi Chef Catfish, which is a pure water type. This Pokemon shares a relationship with the Sushi Dragon Pokemon, which is a water dragon. And then we learned about the Hike Fish that doesn't evolve, which is supposedly a water type and something else we mentioned in the last video. And we also learned that the new Scarab Pokemon is not a bug ground, but apparently it is a bug Pokemon. Disappointing it is not bug ground because that is a really rare typing. And honestly, there's already not a lot of ground types in this game, and ground is probably the least fortunate type spread in all of Pokemon at the moment outside of ice type. But we get a brand new image, a leaked image of a new Pokemon for Scarlet and Violet right here. And this looks like a very obvious fish head to me. This is a very pointed fish, very long snouted fish, a little bit bright with the pink and purple too, gray body. So I'm thinking that this is probably going to be the Hike Fish that doesn't evolve. So the Hike Fish that is a water type, we were thinking maybe water electric, but with this color scheme, I don't know if it could be an electric type. Maybe it could be water psychic. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe water dark. Maybe this is more like a Barracuda type of Pokemon, even though we sort of already got that in Sword and Shield. These teeth are very sharp and remarkable, so I'm just not 100% sure on what type of fish, but apparently if this is the Hike Fish, which I could believe, that would be really cool. I don't know. This thing just feels like a big single form fish that doesn't necessarily give off the legendary vibes, but you know, we just don't know for sure. But this is very cool stuff. We also learned about the Pepper Kappa Pokemon, which we talked about the last episode, which is 2 stages. There is no Abra line, so no Alakazam for your teams, guys. But Klefki is in. I do love Klefki, so that's pretty cool. We know that the spider Pokemon evolves. Supposedly, it is a pure bug type, which I think is very disappointing. And there is a new Ghost Fairy Pokemon, which I mentioned earlier, is most likely going to be the Paradox Mischievous. We also got a couple of other smaller leaks to cover. There's a Poison Flower Pokemon that leaked in the past, as we saw, it was crystallized. That is apparently the evolved form of another Pokemon. Most likely, it's going to be a pure poison Pokemon that is only 2 stages. And we learned that the 4 sub-legendaries are caught in the same way to the Galarian birds. So we're going to have to go across the entire map, chase them down, run them over, and catch them, similar to how we did them in the DLC for Sword and Shield. We also learned that the Grasshopper Pokemon could be Bug and Dark. It's still, we don't know it's either Bug and Dark, Bug Normal, or Bug Dragon. I'm still hoping for Bug Dragon here. The Wooper Evolution is Brown, which makes a lot of sense. I think that's pretty obvious. The box legendaries have an exclusive item that's for them. This is probably going to boost their stats in some way, shape, or form, or maybe make a move more powerful. We learned that there isn't just one champion, which is actually not a big leak personally, because there is a champion rank. There isn't one champion. This is official news on the website, but there is a champion rank. So that means there's going to be more than one champion of the region. And I do wonder that the champion that we fight is going to change in the post game. Maybe there's going to be a champion only tournament at the end. I'm really excited to see what the post game could be, because there's going to clearly be more than one champion. And there we have it. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about the new leaked Pokemon image right here? I still think it's going to be a water type for sure. It's definitely a fish, but what do you think is going to be? A water electric, water poison, water psychic? Very interested in hearing what you guys have to say. And of course, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a great one.